weight loss hard? Of course. As much as we pass the message along that weight loss is simple, you just need to be in a calorie deficit, it doesn't mean that it's not hard. So I just wanted to take some time today to share with you my personal experience about losing weight and what was hard about the process, but also what was hard about my life before I lost weight. So yes, losing weight is hard. There's no question. But living your life every day, day in and day out, in a body that you are not comfortable in is also hard. And I said that you were not comfortable in. This is about you. Don't let anyone else, society, other people's opinions tell you what comfortable feels like in your body. You deserve to feel comfortable, and only you will know what that is. It is not a certain number, it's not a certain size, it is a feeling. So chase that feeling. For me, before I started my journey, I knew I was not comfortable in my own skin. I knew my life was hard, partly because of the extra weight I was carrying around. So I knew that to achieve my goals, I was going to have to overcome my doubts, my fears, my limiting beliefs, my worries, my impatience, and my frustrations. All of those things were going to have to be overcome in order for me to lose weight. So where I am today, it is so easy for me to say to you, man, it was worth it. It's so easy for me to say that to you. I wish that I could have seen this Alicia when I was first starting my journey. I would be in absolute awe of her. And so where I'm at now, it's easier for me to have perspective and to say, yeah, it was hard, but my gosh, it was easy. It was worth it. Okay, so I want to tell you what was hard about my journey. My journey required that I prioritized myself, that I prioritized change, that it required effort, it required minutes, it required sacrifices. There's no question. And change is hard. So just that in itself was hard. It required that I learn. I had a lot to learn. We all have a lot to learn. I'm still learning. It required that I was open to learning. It required that I said to myself, I don't know it all. There is something for me to learn. It required that I tested strategies and tools for myself. It required that I adjusted when what had been working for me in the past was no longer serving me. It required that I gave it time. How hard is it to give your weight loss journey time? It's hard. I get it. It's the only way though. It required that I do things in a way that I had never done before. That's hard. When I sit down to do a task that I've never done before, that's quite daunting. But it required that I was committed to figuring it out no matter what. And that's hard. It required that I changed my old habits. It required that I believed that I could do it, that I pushed through the doubt. It required all of that. So that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff that is required to make it through a successful weight loss journey. So you're like, oof, 4 minutes into this video, never mind. I'll wait till 2021. But do you know what? I now want to describe what was hard about my life before. Because just recently what brought this all on is I was scrolling through my photo album on my phone. It was my husband's birthday and I was looking for a photo to share of us. And I came across a photo from a day where I knew I was ready for a change. And I had an event that I was going to with a lot of friends and I couldn't find anything to wear. And I tried everything on in my whole closet. My husband said, "You look fine." And I was like, "I don't look fine." And I was sweating and I was uncomfortable and I had a miserable time at this event. And instead of being present and in the event and enjoying time with friends, I was simply thinking about how big I was and how I felt and how I didn't fit in. And I left that event and I knew I needed a change. So that photo reminded me of what was hard about my life before. Getting dressed every single day was hard. Feeling trapped in my own body, feeling like I didn't fit, feeling like this isn't me. I would see photos of myself and I would think, I don't look like that. Then I would see another photo and then I would realize I do look like that. I felt like my outside didn't match my inside. I was stuffed in my skin. I had no energy to be a mom. I had twin 1-year-olds and a 3-year-old, and I had no energy. Hated going to events. That was really hard for me. There's nothing more than fills my bucket than spending quality time with my friends. And I had lost that. I had lost that piece of myself because I was worried that they would notice how much weight I had gained. So I didn't want to go to events anymore. I felt, although I wasn't always admitting it to myself, I felt shame, I felt disappointment, I felt frustration, and I felt embarrassment for how far I had let myself go. And I carried that around with me. I'm going to say every day. It was very heavy. Carrying that around with me every day was heavy. Carrying that around with me every single day was really hard. So sure, losing weight is hard, but being stuck with the same struggle every single day is also hard. So it's worth it to me. And I hope everyone feels it's worth it to them to not give up the opportunity to live a different life. I just wish this for everyone because I have lived both lives. I've lived a life where it is hard to be a healthy person. There's obstacles I overcome every single day. I have to make myself a priority. I have to say no to certain things, yes to other things. Sometimes I have to do things I don't feel like doing. But now I get to live this life, and this life is beautiful. And I believe that every single person deserves to live this life. And that's what drives me to do what I do. So here's the thing. I promise this change won't happen by accident. So I challenge you to choose your heart. And here's the thing. So you have the right to choose. You have the right to choose which day, which life that you want to live. So you deserve to choose what you want, and only you can decide. You need to choose on purpose though, because right now you might be choosing a certain hard, but it's almost default. Your brain has almost convinced you that it's easy. But I challenge you to think to yourself. I challenge you to say, is my life easy right now? Does this feel easy? If the answer is yes, carry on. But if you're still watching this video, we are 8 minutes into this video. If you are still watching this video, something I said connected with you. So if you're still watching this video, maybe it's time to admit that where you are right now is hard. And losing weight is hard. And I want you to choose your heart. And I want you to be purposeful with it. And I want you to choose it on purpose. And I want you to be brave enough to go for what you want, because I'm just going to say it one last time. It is 1,000,000 times worth it. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. So choose your heart, guys.